Okay, yesterday I forgot to provide you the query list. Let me just paste it into the chat. So at the end, we have covered the things how we can make the joins and all with some examples. Okay, but we did not go through the hands-on part in SQL, how we can join two or multiple tables. Okay, before going ahead, I'll be just showing some more things. Is there any doubt from anyone when we were learning join? It's fine for everyone. Okay, then I just presented my screen over here. I'll be just asking you. There are two different sets. Okay, this is first set. This is second set. Those are data set actually. I will be joining these two data set based on this common column ID. Okay, so if I just perform my inner join, what should be the output? Anyone? Please tell me. Anyone? Just try it. If there is anything any wrong or anything it's not perfect, I'll be correcting. Anyone? We already learned in last session.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah,
Uh,
I want to make the join between these two data set based on ID column. Okay. I want to make an inner join first. So if I go ahead, I'm just presenting the data set as well. The final resultant data set should be just like this. ID of first table, or let me put left table, name left table, ID right table, name right table. So if I perform my
I
inner
think
join, what should be the output? Yeah,
I think matching values will be there from both the table, left and right.
yeah, Suman.
So
Yeah, anyone, I mean, just tell me the record, the matching records as well.
it's gonna be 1, 2, and null.
One or two over here in the below section.
Yeah,
Two, then
and null.
over here null for name.
A,
So let me just bold it. AA
A, AB,
or two AB for right table. What should be
1, 1 and 2.
one, and this one should be two. Fine,
2
and
and
this one
AD and EF.
EF. Okay, is it fine for everyone? The same answer for everyone. Suman, you are telling something, so you are going to tell the same thing. Suman, no, the same response you are trying to say.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Irfan, you are quite correct. Just think about it. So when we are picking up one from right table, we just pick up this one AD. Why we did not pick one BC? This is also one. This can be BC as well. Correct, Irfan? So why it took
So it's
AD?
gonna be 1 AD because it's like it's before BC. Like like sequentially, it's AD comes first, so that's why we are taking AD.
Okay, but we are joining based on ID column. Okay,
Okay.
so it's partially correct. So this is the thing. So we have one over here. We have one at the left side as well. For two, it's fine. Two, there is only one record. 2AB, 2EF. That is fine, absolutely. For 1, it should be modified because we have 1 over here, we have 2, 1 over here. So when we will be joining for each of this left hand side record, there will be repetition of this one first, the combination. So I'm just doing a cut paste over here. For 1A, the first record we already put, it's correct. For 1A, this record will also come. Okay. Okay, so this is the concept. That is why I presented this example over here. So for 1, this one will come, definitely it's correct.
So my question is, ID should be unique, right?
ID should be
So-
unique. This is the foreign, I mean, we can tell this is the primary key over here. But this ID can be another table's primary key. As of now, don't think about that. When we'll be joining between a primary key and foreign key. So for the primary key, the table's ID should be unique, but for the foreign key, the ID cannot be unique. Okay, foreign key can be repetitive. So for this kind of thing, this kind of scenario may have appeared. You can see this thing. Did you get it? This ID is for primary key over here, but this ID is a foreign key. Let's think about that. Okay, and when we'll be joining, this should be the output. For each one, if there is multiple one, suppose there is another one, then for each of the one, all of the 3 should be represented, not only single one. And this kind of question arises. I mean, maybe if when you are going to give some interviews, they will be presenting this kind of scenarios. It's clear now, Irfan. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So someone tell me what is the left outer join? I'm just deleting this thing. What should be the left outer join? Please, someone try it. Tarun, Tarun, can you please try it? What should be the left outer join from this two table? Tarun Kumar. Uh, please tell me if you are wrong or anything. I mean, you are feeling doubt, there will be no issue. We are here for practicing only.
So it's gonna be 1 1 from
Okay.
left.
You can tell me to copy from this data set as well. Can copy it
Okay.
and what the extra thing will become will be we can add it.
No,
Uh,
this is from the right 2 tables, right?
this two table. This two table I want to make a left child. Okay. As of now, please. I'll be coming to this example quickly. Okay. So if we just go ahead with the left join, left outer join, what should be the output?
1 1 2.
1, sorry, 1, 1, 2, then
Mm. From the right side also, it will be 1 1 2.
here the same thing.
Yeah.
We have performed for inner join, that is fine. So I'm just copying this thing. This will be coming over here. Any other extra thing will be there while
No.
performing left join. We have this thing as well, 3AD.
Yeah,
So
that will come, but the next column will be null.
yeah, we need to mention this thing as well. Correct. Now it's fine. This should be the output. Okay. The right join, it should be the same result as inner join because there is no such extra record in right table. So what things we have checked in inner join, the same thing should be coming during right outer join. So I'm not going to right outer join. Okay. Now we are coming to the right hand side table. this one. So tell me, if we just perform inner join, let me took the header from here. Oh, sorry, inner join. Tell me, Irfan. All of you should be interactive, please. Tell me anyone, Irfan or anyone, please try it.
1, 1, 2,
One, sorry, one, two, two should be there for inner join.
yes. No, no, no.
Okay, two should not be there.
No, two is not there. And here it will be 1, 1.
Yeah, tell me the other field as well. Name.
A, 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 B, and on the right hand side, A, D, B, C.
Now the same question arises. We have one A, you are crossing with this thing and this thing. Why not you are crossing with this thing and this thing? 1A, 1BC. There is no such combination. Even the vice versa, the same thing. For 1AB, you are crossing with 1BC. Why we are not joining this one with this one? Okay, so here there should be 4 rows for 1, 1. 2 cross 2, 4 combination should be there. Okay, those two records are fine. Along with those two records, we should be having this one as well. 1A with 1A, 1BC should also appear. And for 1AB, 1AD should be also appearing. Okay, so this should be the output for inner join. For each of one, we need to check if there is another one. So we already checked in last example. So for 1A, the 2 rows should be there. For 1AB, this another 2 rows should be joined. So there should be total 4 records if we perform a inner join. Okay, because those things should be crossed. Did you get it, Irfan? The same logic that we just checked. And this kind of questions, interviewer, test, those kind of questions they will be asking you. They'll be putting some duplications of those IDs and they'll be trying to join it. That should be how that is how we should be joining. Is it clear? Sorry, Irfan, I didn't get your response.
Yes.
Okay. So I hope it's clear for everyone. I'm moving to SQL part now. I'll be performing the join, whatever we have checked over here. So these two table, I'll be performing join in SQL. But please tell me if there is any stuck point from anyone, because I'm not getting response from all of you. Please be interactive, because this is very, very simple actually. It's not very tough. We can try. If there is anything, we can rectify over here. Okay. Okay, I need to create two tables first for this kind of thing. Employee ID, employee age, employee ID designation. This two table. I already have the table in this schema. Okay, just check it. This is another good thing. Those who are quite new in data, as I mentioned that, okay, we have these two table, employee detail. In employee detail, we have employee ID and employee age. Employee designation, we have employee ID and designation. So I'll be joining these two table. But I want to perform the join over here in Teradata training. Let me just move those table from here, this schema to this schema. Move those table means I can create a backup table from this two table, from this schema to this schema. Okay. So the same thing, whatever we have done in last day, I can create the same thing. I can just put create table, just put tetra data training dot emp designation as select star from Ronnie test. I'm just copying from one schema to another schema. Okay, so this table is nothing but this table. This example we checked it in last day, but we copied or we create the same table in the same schema. Over here, we can create table from a different schema. Just let me check whether the data is there. Let me run this query. Sorry. Yeah, the data is there. There are two different record. One, two. Let me just create this table. Yeah, it's successfully created. Let me just check it. Yes, employee designation is there. Or let me put another query for employee detail. The same thing I'll be replacing detail. Executed it successfully. Let me just refresh. Yes, we have two different tables over here. Let me check also what is there in detail table. So we are having employee ID and employee age. Employee ID is having 1, 2, 3. And in designation, what are the different employee ID? Just check it. 1, 2. Okay. Now I need a data set, a resultant data set. I should be having employee ID, employee age, and employee designation in the same data set. How we can make it? I need to perform the join. How to join? What is the syntax? So I'll be just performing the same thing over here. Select. It's a DQL query, so that is why it's select. Select. Then what should be my resultant column? What column I want to put at my resultant? So employee ID. Now the question can came to us that what employee ID? I mean, there are two employee IDs. One employee ID from the designation table, another employee ID is from employee detail table. So what employee ID I want to show as my output? Okay, let's take the employee ID from the first table. That means from the designation table. Okay, we can take any table as a first table, left table. Let's take employee detail as left table. This is my left table and this is my right table. Okay, I'm just keeping those things aside over here. So select employee ID. From which table I'll be picking up employee ID. I can take those table, just copy it and put it aside and put a dot. Okay, select employee detail dot employee ID means the particular column is coming from this table only. Comma. Any other column I want to take from detail, I can take age column dot age, comma. Any other column, there is no such other column over here. From this column, I'll be taking designation. Sorry, from this table, I'll be taking designation. So the table name dot designation. Okay. So in the output, I want to see only these three column. Employee ID from the first table, age from the first table, and designation from the second table. Over here, we just need to mention this is a good practice to mention table name dot column name just to ensure which column we are populating from which table because we have two table over here. Now I need to mention from. From is the same keyword. Select column names. I just put all the column names from table names. We have two table over here. I'll be taking data from those two table. In between us, I just need to put join. Join is a keyword. So if we just only put join, by default, it should be inner join in nature. Okay. I can remove join. I can just put inner join over here. That is also feasible. Employee detail, inner join, employee designation. Let me just create a new line. Or let me just, okay, in this manner. Okay, select employee, those columns I have already selected. There is a form keyword from this to table. And in between, I'm putting inner join. The last thing which is left, on which column I'll be joining, that is left. So that we need to put in this manner. On. On is another keyword. The keyword color is different. You can see it's printed over here as blue color. What are the keywords? So select on which column I'll be joining. Employee ID. In the both table, we have common column called employee ID. So I need to put employee detail dot employee ID equal employee designation dot employee ID. Okay. So this is the first, from the first table's employee ID should be equal second table's employee ID. I'm just equaling these two and fetching all those records. Let me just run the entire query. It's throw an error. What is the error? Unknown column employee detail age. Let me check whether I'm putting correct syntax. Correct column name. In employee table, let me quickly check what are the columns. Okay, the column name is emp underscore age. It's not only age. Over here, I'm just putting age. So I just need to rectify it. Emp underscore age. Okay. Let me rerun. Yes. So I successfully ran. And in the final data set, I joined the two data set and finally I have the resultant data set over here. Okay. So this is how join syntax works. Let's move from inner join to left outer join. I can put left or I can put left outer, anything I can put over here. Okay. So instead of join or inner join, I'm just updating it to left join. The other syntax is same. There'll be no change with the other syntaxes. If I just run it, you can see as the left table is having employee ID, extra employee ID 3. That is why you can see 350, but the right table, there is no such designation for employee ID 3. So it's populating null value. Okay. I hope if your concept is clear, then while doing the joins and all, it will not take much time. The syntax is very simple. Remove left and put right. It should be the same output because the right table doesn't have any extra record. The right table is having only two records, 1 and 2. So as there is no such extra record, that is why inner join and right outer join is having the same output. Okay. I can do one more thing. Instead of doing only employee ID from the first table, let me take employee ID from the second table as well. Okay. I'm putting it over here from employee detail. I'm putting employee designation. Okay. So just right now we have performed right join. If we just go ahead with left join, so a first employee ID it's from the left table, second employee ID is from the right table. We can put a alias there as well. Yeah. So this output I want to show you. Okay. Another good thing. So over here, generally a good practice is while doing or performing the join, we need to alias the table name just to, make less space to be occupied for this kind of table name description over here. If we just alias the table name, suppose employee detail table I'm aliasing as A, okay, and this table I'm aliasing with B, then we do not have to put all the table name over here in the select query. I'm just putting, instead of putting the entire table name, I can put A dot employee ID. This thing should be A dot employee age. This thing should be B dot employee ID, B dot designation, A dot employee ID, B dot employee ID. If we rerun it, yeah, the same output is there. So this is another good practice or a standardized way. We can do table level aliases, because why we are aliasing it, we need to call the table name as well in different case scenario, just like over here, here. Okay. Especially we cannot call the table name over here if the column is only present in a one table. Suppose employee age, it's only present in employee table. I can remove this kind of thing. Employee designation, it's present only one table. I can remove this kind of table name dot column name convention over here. Let me run for you. Yeah, it's fine. But if we just remove this kind of employee ID is present in both of the table. But if I just remove this kind of thing from here, I just remove from which table it's coming from. If I run it, here is an error. So what is the error? They're mentioning column employee ID in the field list is ambiguous. The query is not sure from which table they will be picking up this employee ID column. So just give me 1 second. So that is why they are throwing the error as it's ambiguous. They're confused from which table it should pick. So that is why if there is any common column, we must have to put table name dot column name from which table the column should be appearing. Okay. So those are very, very important concepts. How we have performed left join, how have performed right join. Okay. One more important thing. Full outer join, it's not possible in MySQL. MySQL doesn't support full outer join. So if we want to perform full outer join, how to do this? This is a homework. Just check it and try to solve it. I'll be giving this thing as in exercise as well. Okay, full outer join is possible for all the databases, but not in MySQL. But if we want to perform a full outer join, how we can perform full outer join over here? Okay, what are the other things left? Cross join. Cross join, I told it should be simply crossing for each of the record. It will getting crossed from one table to another table. I showed an example in last, yeah. So it's simply crossing for each of the row. Those columns, those rows should be repeated. Okay. So how we can make it? So instead of doing left join, just put cross join. And for cross join, we do not require this on. Okay. It's simply crossing. It is not based on any matching column. Let me show you the output. Okay, so there are 3 records in the first table and 2 records in the second table. They're getting crossed. For 145, each of the records should be coming. 248, each of the records should be coming from the second table. 350, each of the records should be coming. So the first table is having 3, second table is having 2. Simply crossing 3 cross 2, 6 records should be appeared at the cross join output. So this is the same. Okay. Another concept of join is self join. When we are joining the same table again, I'm joining employee detail table with employee detail table again for some reason. So that is called self join. Okay. I mean, nothing but we can do, we can perform left join, right join, or inner join, anything. But if you're joining with self, the convention or functionality, it's called self join. There is such scenario when we'll be learning dimension fact, I mean data modeling part. Then we'll be learning those kind of dimensions. There are some dimensions are present where we need to do this kind of self join. Okay. Any doubts so far from anyone during learning the syntax? Any issue? Okay. As there is no issue, I'm closing this join chapter, moving to the new thing. So join I just started on last working day. I'm just closing this PPT. Okay. So today we'll be learning some new things. The inbuilt functions on top of string, that is called concatenation. You already learned it. Date functions. Let's learn. There are lots of date functions available. So what are the different date functions? Okay. So I also emphasize one more thing. So let me check with our table, the employee table. Okay. So there's a date column, that is date of birth. So I mentioned that day I can, suppose in date of birth column, I can put this thing as varchar as well. In this same format, I can declare this thing as a varchar. But why I have declared the date of birth as date? Because if we just make a date column or date data type column, I can do lots of date inbuilt date functions. There are lots of functions available. Just like these functions are available. There are lots of functions. I just pick the important one. Okay. So let me show you how we can go ahead. Suppose I'm picking up size, I'm slicing the data set, I'm picking up few of the columns. Employee ID, department, experience, and picking DOB. And I'm creating customization, I'm creating calculative column on top of date of birth. Suppose I'm extracting year. So I can just simply put year function on top of DOB. This is a new column. You can see our existing column is this. I'm creating a new column. It will be showing the year of date of birth. Then day of DOB. Then month of DOB. So I can extract year, day, month from date of birth. This is date data type. That is why the inbuilt function is there in MySQL where it can quickly extract year, month, date. Okay, so you can see it's just segregated year, month, date in this way. There is a function called current date, which it will capture the current date timestamp of my computer or of my systems. What is the function? That is current date. Let me put it aside over here. Current date. It is nothing but the system date. Okay, so you can see it's nothing but the same date it's printed over here. Now I'll be just performing one more thing. Suppose I need to create the age column of the each of the employee. I can create based on the date of birth. I can create the age column of the employee. So what we can do? We can extract year from the date of birth. That is fine. We can extract year from the current date. That is fine. We can do a subtraction. So this kind of calculation we can perform over here. Okay, so it's arithmetic kind of functions, but first of all, I'm imposing some date functions. I'm just extracting year, then I'm doing performing a subtraction. As of now, day and month is not required. That is why I'm deleting this thing. Okay, so I'm imposing a function year on top of current year, current date, then subtracting doing a minus operation. Current date minus year. Okay, so you can get this should be my age. Okay, let me alias the column as age. Okay, so this is how age is looking like. Now check one more thing. Okay, so you can see the age, it's not exactly accurate. We are extracting year. Current year it's 2024. It's fine, but the particular date of birth, their month doesn't cover January, or their month it's still not appear. Suppose this is June. Okay, so June is not appeared till now in 2024. So it should be 33 plus, or we can tell the age should be 33 for this scenario. The same thing for all the ages. No one has touched 2024 as per the date of birth. It should be 1 minus. Okay. So the calculation is not exactly accurate. There is another function called date diff. Let's go ahead with this manner. Date diff is nothing but date difference. It will calculate the day difference between two different dates. Let's try it. Date diff function. Yes. Okay. Date diff between date of birth and current date. Let's try this thing. So it's a inbuilt function date diff, which is calculating the difference between date of birth and current date in days. It's putting a minus. Let me just put this thing as my first parameter and date of birth as second parameter. Okay. So it's showing, it's giving us the difference between these two dates. Now let me divide this thing by 365. So this should be the age. Okay. But this is floatal in value. I can put a floor function. This is another integer function. Float of the entire stuffs. Let me run it. Yes, it should be quite accurate as per the date of birth. This should be quite an accurate age. Why we naturally calculate, or we can put this, we can alias this thing as age too. This is another way of calculating age. Okay, and we also just checked how we can put different kind of inbuilt functions. Okay, especially we have those kind of date functions. Then this is integer handling functions, float value. Okay, any doubts so far? Is it clear for everyone? I hope yes. If there is any no, any negative, please tell me. Okay, moving to the next topic. Conditional statements. This is also very, very important. Based on any existing column's value, we can create a new column. Okay, let me check what are the different columns available over here. Okay, we have this many different columns available. Okay, so my requirement is based on the salary, create a column called salary range. So I can define this way. I'll be creating a new column who will be picking up the salary values. If the salary value is greater than suppose 1,20,000 per month, if the salary is greater than this, then we can categorize high salary. Okay. If the salary range is between more than 80,000 or more than 50 to greater than, greater than equal to 50, less than 1,20,000, we can put mid salary, mid range of salary. Okay. If the salary is less than 50,000, we can tell low salary. Suppose we need to categorize the entire thing in this manner. Okay. Let me put a equal over here. So I need to create a salary range. How to create? Just put those things employee ID. Whatever things is required, just put it. Department. Suppose employee first name, let me put. Let me put experience as well. Let me put salary as well. Now I'll be doing this conditional statements, which will be doing calculation on top of salary column and create this calculative output of salary range. How we can go ahead with this thing? Yes. we can use a case statement over here. So case when salary, now I can put the same thing, whatever we have tried it over here. Let me put the condition. Case when salary greater than this. Salary is the column value, so I can put in this way. Then is another keyword. Then high salary. When I do not need to put case statement again, case keyword should be present only once. Case when salary equal to this, then this. When salary greater than 50,000 and salary less than then mid salary. I can put another when statement or I can directly put else statement. Else means whatever the leftover salaries are there, that should be coming under low salary range. Low salary. I need to end the entire statement, case statement. So there's an end keyword. End. I'm aliasing the thing as salary range. This is our new column, new calculative column. I can tell it in this manner. Okay. So till this point, those are the existing column. I created a new conditional column based on the salary using a case statement. Okay. And the new column should be salary range. Let me just run this thing. Then we can discuss again. Yeah. So here is the thing. So based on our calculation, let's check whether it's fine. More than 1,20,000 means this one. Yeah, it's high salary. This one is high salary. This is high salary. This is high salary. Our mid-level salary starting from 50,000. Yeah, mid salary, mid salary, mid salary. There is one low salary is present whose salary is 21,000. Okay, so this is the calculation based on any existing columns data value. We can create new columns calculation. This is called conditional column using some conditional statements over here. Okay. So any doubts so far while learning this calculative column using conditional statement? Any doubts so far from anyone? Okay, let me give you the entire thing from here. Okay, not sure why it's not, I mean, you're not interacting. Hope everything is clear for you. But if there is any stuck point or anything you want to discuss, please tell me. Okay. Okay, what are the leftover part? Analytical function. This is called Windows function as well. This is very, very important. Okay. And if we cover this thing, mostly we'll be covering the DQL part. Then we will be starting DCL and TCL. Maybe tomorrow session I'll be touching the leftover part from this PPT. Analytic functions, DCL, TCL, those things. And after that, we'll be learning the other components of database.
Can you show the else code?
Sorry. Can you please come again once more time?
Can you show the else codes for the salaries?
Else part of this case statement.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, else is there. Yeah. So there I'm putting when, else this. We can also put a when statement over here if we have another salary range or anything, or we can also put this thing as when. But as of now, we can put else. Else will be by default capturing the leftover part in salary. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
I also pasted the queries in the chat, so you can find it over here. Okay, so those are all the things. Please keep practicing those things, whatever we are learning over here. In tomorrow's session, we'll be closing the DQL part and we'll be touching DCL at TCL. After the next day, I mean, after this thing, in the next day, we'll be learning apart from table, what are the other kind of database components, just like views, store procedures, one by one. And I hope the SQL will be closing the SQL part. Okay, so let's connect tomorrow's session, and I prepared the exercises as well. I'm just waiting. Okay, in tomorrow's session, I'll be giving you the exercise. Okay, SQL exercises. Okay, let's connect tomorrow with the leftover part in DQL and two new topics, that is DCL and TCL. We'll be covering those things and we'll be going ahead with the exercise part. After covering the exercise, then we'll be coming back with the other database components. Those are views, store procedures, and all. Okay, then. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.